Good morning, great morning, wonderful morning, spectacular morning, outstanding morning, magnificent morning, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious morning. Yes, again, the beautiful reminder of choice that you have, that I have, that we all have. And what is that choice? It's thought. It's how we're going to think. It's what we're going to make things mean. It's how we're going to perceive things. Remember that one power in you, your ability to accept, reject, to originate ideas is your greatest power. And that's what will deliver the outcomes that you seek, provided you think that way. Now let's grab onto that for just a moment here. Think in terms of whatever you give attention to. Isn't it interesting how whatever that is, that's how you start to feel? Well, when you focus from a situation that's happening that you don't like and you've given it meaning to, oh, I don't like it, and all you do is think about it, that feeling is a vibratory state. And guess what? It attracts to you more of the same. But instead, if you focus from how you would love things to be, regardless of the facts, and you think from maybe that what's happening is there for your good to help you to get there, that you are where you want to be, see, again, that puts you on a frequency, a vibratory state, which then will attract that to you in your life. It's kind of like that beautiful, wonderful example that I share with you about being happy. Will you be able to be happy most of the time if you're constantly emotionally involved with thoughts of sadness and disappointment? See, the answer is no. It may be a fact, maybe that you are feeling sadness at the moment, but the way you get out of the sadness is by thinking happy thoughts, by being emotionally connected to that, and that will then be attracted to you. Well, it's the same thing for everything. Same thing for how much you earn, what you do for work, your lifestyle. All of it is something that you can change in your life. You don't have to consent to things as they are. You can attract new outcomes into your life if you'll just control how you think, if you'll just connect with how you would love things to be instead of the way things are. Remember, you can't change the past experience, but you can determine what the new one shall be like. And that's what we invite you to accept as the normal way of thinking for you. See, that's how you're going to deliver your goal. And by the way, all of you should have a goal card. And from there, you should connect with this goal card, be loyal to this unseen reality, regardless of what's happening in your life. If you give this life and crowd out anything that's not in harmony with this, I have news for you. This is going to show up. It's not a matter of if it will show up, it's just now a matter of when. And the more intent you are, the more connected you are to the idea, the more you choose to think from that new idea, the sooner it'll happen for you in your life. Again, that's what we invite you to connect with in your life. Now, what have we been studying here in these sessions here? We've been studying this beautiful gem here. There's no such thing as self-sabotage. If you don't have a copy of this, get a copy of this. And then when you do get it, study it, read it, yeah, memorize it, but most importantly, use it in your life. Remember, application, baby, that's where it's at. Knowing this, memorizing this, is not going to help you. What's going to help you is if you use it. And that's what we've done in our lives. That's what I stepped into in my life when I decided to become a coach and mentor and learn from the best, Bob Proctor. And that's exactly what Dolly did too. Both of us together, we learned from the same beautiful man, and we used what he shared in our lives, and we've put together information that now you can use in your life. And we've organized it in the way that we wanted it to be organized. All right, so let's dive into this, shall we? Let's go into where we are in this beautiful gem. There's no such thing as self-sabotage. And there is no such thing as self-sabotage. Okay, here we go. Now, we're going to tap into page 42 and this quote. We went over it in the last session, but we're going to go over it again. And this question again is beautiful, it's powerful, it's magnificent. And that question is, what if the greatest barrier to your success isn't a lack of knowledge, but what you've imagined to be true about yourself and the world around you? Now, let's just sit in that for a moment and think about the success that you would love to deliver in your life, the outcomes that you would love to be made manifest. And by the way, I'm going to say something. Here, I'm not saying you're not successful. We are not saying that you haven't been successful. You have been. Matter of fact, you've been hugely successful in a lot of things. But here we're talking about the big idea that you would love to make a material fact, the change that you would love to see. Now, again, the question lies in helping you to see what's really in the way. So when you think of that outcome, how you would love things to be, let's again think about it from this question. I'll repeat it. What if the greatest barrier to your success isn't a lack of knowledge, but what you have imagined to be true about yourself and the world around you? See, what is your perception of yourself? What is your point of view about the world, about you? Well, if you want something new, it must first exist as an image in your mind. Your imagination is the origin of all transformation. It gives you the ability to see beyond your current circumstances and step into the realm of possibility. Now, we talked about this earlier, and we have a reminder for you about this. Your imagination is the greatest weapon you have to battle against whatever it is you're going through, to battle against your precedent, to battle against your past. It's with your imagination that you could lead yourself into a different outcome. Why? Because it's the starting point of all creation. In the beginning was the Word. See, we talked about that earlier. What's the Word? It's an image. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. All things were made by imagination, and without imagination was not anything made that was made. If you want a new outcome, maybe you want to turn your annual income into your monthly income. Well, you've got to imagine that first, and from there be loyal to that unseen reality. See, that's what you've got to connect with. You've got to connect with how you would love things to be and be one with that idea. Why? Again, well, because your imagination is the origin of all transformation. Now, with this, as stated already before, it gives you the ability to see beyond what's happening, your circumstances, and then move and step into the realm of possibility. And remember now, true choice, choosing our focus, our dreams, our visions arises only from a place of positive, right thinking. It is our imagination, when aligned with this kind of thinking, that truly shapes our world. Now, this epiphany here was so beautiful when it came. The only time that we truly choose, when we truly think, is when it's in harmony with positive thought, with thoughts that are rooted in growth, abundance, prosperity, for evolvement. Everything else is habit. So I'm going to read that again. Remember, true choice, choosing our focus, our dreams, our visions, arises only from a place of positive right thinking. It is our imagination, when aligned with this kind of thinking, that truly shapes our world. You want to truly shape your world to be that of boldness, of courage, of abundance, prosperity, more than you have now. You've got to image it first. Now, if you're wondering what you imagine to be true of yourself right now, if you want to know what you imagine to be true of yourself subconsciously, you need not look any further than the results of your life, because they are an expression of what you have imagined. Now, think about this when it comes to how much you're earning. If that's what's been constant in your life, whatever that number is, remember, I'm not talking about it being positive or negative, it just is what it is. If it hasn't changed, what you've got to understand is that there is a pattern of thought that is taking control of your imagination, which is then delivering that outcome. Remember the statement that I shared with you? You're either a slave to your imaginings or a master of your imagination. Well, if you want to change it, you've got to shift that picture. Now, imagination is not limited to what you've seen or experienced before. Write this down. My imagination is not limited to what I've seen or experienced before. Now, sit in that for a moment. Your imagination is not limited to what you've seen or experienced before. It is infinite. It allows you to pull from the ether a potentiality, combining ideas, concepts, and inspirations to create something entirely new. Remember, your imagination's there for a reason. It's not just about visualizing the future, it's about shaping it. You can shape your future by controlling what you imagine to be true, by imagining great things for yourself. And then from there, staying loyal to whatever that is. Let's read this again. Imagination is not limited to what you've seen or experienced before. It is infinite. It allows you to pull from the ether of potentiality, combining ideas, concepts, and inspirations to create something entirely new. It's not just about visualizing the future, it's about shaping it. See, you are the sculptor. The clay is that thinking substance that permeates, penetrates, and fills the inner spaces of the universe. You get to shape and mold it however you want to shape it. And the more you exercise this beautiful higher mental faculty of imagination, the more change you will see in your life. Now, before we go further, for those of you who are watching this live stream and would love to tap into the rest of these calls live and to watch the replays, go to elevitality.com and register for Master Your Mind. You'll thank yourself later.